I'm just back from the school run. Blooming cold. Blooming cold. Oh, okay. Bit of a different one this morning, but I really want to talk about it because I get it if you don't have fibro. I get it 100% that you'll look and go, oh, you know, thought you had this full body pain issue where you can't do much. But I want to talk about it because it keeps popping up. And I don't know all the time whether it's a genuine question or whether someone's being sarcastic. So I thought rather than me just stewing on it, like, because I do, which I have been doing, and then I got another one and I was like, I need to talk about it. I'll make a cup of tea. I don't really know where to begin, but I'm just gonna put it out there. The videos that you watch are like 10-15 minutes long. They take me 2 hours a day. So 2 hours per video on average, and that 2 hours is not like a compact 2 hours, it's spread out. So if I'm doing during the school time, that 2 hours is within that 6 hours, because any more than that and I'm absolutely fucked, I'm not gonna lie, absolutely. So I don't go on about my fibro or other ailments that I've got, because I've got something that I find when I have symptoms of it is worse than the fibro. I don't go on about it because I don't want my channel to be about me moaning about my ailments. You know, I want to have a happy, fun, positive, let's have a giggle, let's have a chat channel where I can just talk to you guys and be away from all of that, because I don't put it in. My decorating my bedroom, I didn't tell you that on the ladder it was cramping my feet and I couldn't be on there for too long and I had to keep stretching my toes out, which was horrible because I hate cramp. I also didn't tell you that the paintbrushing was making the bits between my bones flare up, and I was running my hand under the hot tub every now and again, and then taking a break for like an hour and then going back to do it again. I don't tell you that I take naproxen and omeprazole, how do you pronounce it? Ibuprofen and paracetamol all day long. All day. Because the pain's there all day, everywhere. But when you have a flare up, that's when you can't move, that's when you can't lift your arms, that's when you can't get off the sofa, and that's when you can't dress and cook dinner, open up a milk bottle, because that's what happens. If I worked like I used to, where I did full days, I'm going to get into money in a minute, actually. Not really something that people talk about often, but I'm going to get into it. If I worked my full days, like I did before, at co-op, I wouldn't be able to do it. I did one day and I was out for 4 on the sofa, like. Whereas doing what I'm doing now, I can do it within my own time. I can stop for as long as I want. I'm not forced to push out anything that I don't have to. There are times when a video hasn't gone up, and so sweet, I've had lovely comments below saying, you know, hope you're okay, miss you and stuff like that, which is lovely. But I don't say, oh, the reason I didn't put a video up the other day was because I was having a flare up. I've mentioned it once and I haven't talked about it since. But the times I don't put anything up is usually because of that. It's because I'm either in agony or I'm mentally drained and I can't keep myself awake. So I'm not going to keep going on about it. I just want to get this video out there, I want to just talk about it, you know, shed some light, and then just go back to scrub-a-dubbing. The other thing that I've got is low-lying cerebellar tonsils. So it's basically the back here, the back here, right there. When I had my CT scan from before I had my lumbar puncture, they discovered that it's the back of, like, it's where your brain and everything is, the lower part is too low, and I get really bad symptoms from that. I get, it's all sudden pain, like literally like someone's got a pole and smacked you around the back of the head. I've woken up to it, I've gone, and then I can't move, I can't lift my head, I can't see properly, I can't concentrate. It's almost like don't know. It's really scary. The pain lasts forever. It feels like you've got a tight elastic bands going around your brain, and when you move it rushes around. Dizzy, sick, throwing up all the time. Yeah, I get that. That's way worse. But I don't talk about that because it's miserable. It's miserable. So, and I always feel that kind of like, if that was in all my videos, it's just like everyone would be like, oh, for God's sake, I'm getting bored of this now, which is true. It's true. That's the reality of it. It's true. No one wants to watch that doom and gloom, so I don't share it. Also, my fibro is internal. So for almost 9 years, I've woken up every single morning with extreme pain, which I thought was my kidneys, on my sides. And it means I can't go to the toilet properly in the morning. When I do, I get up. The only way to kind of relieve it is to go for a wee. And when I'm going for a wee, I have to keep moving like this while it's coming out, because it's so slow, where I'm so inflamed in there, it doesn't come out properly and it takes forever, and then you don't completely empty your bladder, so you constantly need a wee, and then it's like, I need to go again, need to go again, need to go again, and it's horrendous. But yeah, and I had that again this morning, had it yesterday. Some days it's worse than others. Today was quite bad. But yeah, yes. The worst part of my fibro for me is this bit here, which I've got today. My knees and my feet. So wrists, knees and feet are the worst. I do get the odd bit in the hip, but it's nothing like the rest of it. Yeah. The pain is like, you know, when you get a really bad toothache that just gnaws at your bone, like you just, it's right in there. And you can't escape it. It drives you insane. You feel like smacking your head against a wall. That's what this pain's like. It just gets right in the bones. That's on a flare up. It gets right in the bones and you just like, you can't do anything. It makes you feel sick. You feel like making yourself sick to try and get rid of it, and it doesn't work. You're constantly having painkillers, but you can't eat properly because you're in so much pain. But if you don't, you can't take as many painkillers because that's going to make you ill. And you get seriously, seriously depressed. And I mean, like, it's like you can go long and then it's a drop, a big drop. But when I was working at Co-op, it was like, you know, you had your 20-minute break. You know, you had to be there for 6 in the morning and you finished at 2 in the afternoon. You have your 20-minute break, but you're constantly on the go. There's no control. Whereas here, doing what I'm doing now, I have complete control over what I'm doing. And I'm able to earn. So I would rather try my best and earn less than make myself worse to earn more. Because it's really not worth it. It's not worth it at all. It's a constant battle. Like, even doing the smallest things, like walking the kids to school and coming back, agony, absolute agony. You just come in, you're like, oh my god, and then you have to sit down, you have to take some painkillers, you have to let yourself rest for a bit. But then if you rest too long, you start to seize, so you have to get up and stretch yourself, and you're just like that all the time with absolutely every single thing you do. Sometimes I'm cooking dinner and I can't even lift the frying pan, I can't lift the saucepan, I can't open tins, and I can't drain pasta. So my son or Nick will help me because I can't do it. Yeah. But I don't share it. I waited for it to stop boiling before I continued, you know. You just hear my kettle boil up in the background. Also, another thing is, it's not just pain, because you also get a heaviness where you feel like you're being held down, and even like raising your arms. So like on good days I can just raise my arms, go with it, float around like an octopus. And then on the bad days you try to raise your arms and it's like you start to shake and it's heavy and you're like, and then you just get a burning rush going down them. That burn is awful. It's absolutely awful. I don't have very good circulation, so sometimes circulation goes and it's like a cold sensation. It goes down me and I'm like, and then, oh brilliant, it feels like when I do that my skin's too tight and my bones are going to come out of the skin. It's not a painful sensation. It's like the strongest pins and needles you could get, and your whole hand goes completely white, and I could whack it on something and I'd barely feel it, because it's the weirdest feeling. I get it in my feet and I get it in my hands. Another thing is very sensitive skin, like just sudden comes on. It could be anywhere. I normally get it on upper arms, and I get it on my thighs on the sides, up to my hip bone. It's where all of a sudden it feels like you've scraped it on sandpaper over and over and over and over again. And the sting, there's no red mark, nothing, but you just got that. It's like, stings so bad. Even putting items of clothing on makes it hurt. It's so weird. Another thing is, regardless of a flare up, I can't sleep with my knees touching on the side and my ankles touching and my wrists touching, because it's unbelievably painful. It's not like you just put your wrists together and just relax. It feels like they're pushing into each other really hard and it bruises. It feels like a solid bruise. So I have to pad my knees and ankles out every night. And I'm also very, very sensitive to pain or touch. So if I was to be like squeezed like that, really, you know, it would hurt. Times being in the car and it might have grabbed my knee, just gone like that on my knee, hurts. Cats jumping across me really hurts. Cats trying to get comfortable on me really hurts. Sometimes I literally have to go, get off, and I just have to throw them. I'll throw them, not nastily, but I'm literally just like, get off, because it's so painful, especially when they get their claws out. But even without claws, it hurts, and it's not normal, you know. I've also got hyper reflexes as well. I can't remember the name of it. I've got that as well, but I don't talk about it. One time I remember being at physio and she did the thing where she tapped my knee and I nearly knocked her out because my leg just goes, yeah. What I wanted to talk to you about was a point, because I know that no matter what I say on here, I'm going to have people say, well then why are you doing this? Well then why are you doing that? And how come you're doing this? So just, I can't. There's a few things I want to put out. Another is, I don't know if anybody else gets this, because I'm sure this is arthritis and not fibro, but I could be wrong, is if I cross my legs for too long, or I have my arm behind my head like that for too long, or I'm down on my toes, you know, when you crouch down, I get stuck in that position and it's unbelievably painful to unlock it. Like, and when I say stuck, I mean literally stuck. Like, you couldn't even force, like, say that was my leg, you couldn't even like go like that and force it straight. You can't do it. And I've always thought that was arthritis, but every time I go to the doctors about it, because that one gets me a lot, they're always like, it's part of your fibro. You know, you just have to take it a little bit more easy and look after yourself. Maybe not go down in that position. There's a few positions I would like to try, you know, with a certain size. Anyway, right. I've got a warped brain. What was I going to say? Yeah, so the reason I do what I do on here is because I'm working 2 hours a day. Yes, I'm earning less money, but I'm working 2 hours a day. It's in a safe environment where I can look after myself, I can look after the home, I can look after the kids, and I'm just filming what I do anyway. I can't not do anything because I'm mentally unstable, and if I don't do anything, then I'm flipping cuckoo and I feel like the world's going to end, and what's the point of me being here? Yeah, And I'm not going to be like, oh, you know, doom and gloom, this and the other, but in reality, the reality is, if I didn't have my kids, I probably wouldn't be here. And I know that sounds really like, oh my God, but if anyone saw how I've been in the past, there's absolutely no way. No way on earth. But obviously right now, I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling, yeah, not looking for sympathy or anything like that, because I don't cope well with that. Put that out there as well, because here we go. I've also got body dysmorphic disorder. So yeah, I'm an absolute train wreck. But if I didn't do what I do at home with these videos, I have no income. What I was earning last year, every month, I'm now getting that every week this year. So it's gone up. But at least I'm doing something to provide for my family. I'm not doing nothing. You know, I'm trying. I can't force myself into work that I can't physically do. It's ridiculous. So I'm doing what I can within my means. Oh, yeah. I never know how I'm going to wake up in the morning. I never know what the next day's going to bring. I don't know how what I could be doing right now could be affecting how my body's going to react to it later. I know some things, but I don't know all of them. And I'm just doing what I can. I'm literally just doing what I can. The goal is to try and get back into my old cleaning business again, because again, it was my own thing that I could work around me. And it was really helpful because it can work around the family also. But my body's not ready for that, because I know my limits in my own home, and to be in somebody else's house and be like, knowing that they're paying you and that they've hired you to come in and do certain things in their house. I couldn't go, oh, you know what, I've done your worktops and I've mopped your floor, but like heck, I can't do that, so I'll leave it for you. All right, I couldn't do that. So I'm not in that set right now. I'm still having I'm still seeing the pain clinic, I'm still seeing physio. So when I'm hoping that this pain clinic thing's going to help, because you go through your 3-hour session where you sit together and you have tea and biscuits and it's all very civilized, you know, and you talk about your pain and how you manage, and then I hate it, and then yeah, I feel like I'm in some sort of rehab thing, you know. Hi, my name's Gabrielle, I'm on a flipping mental case. Yeah, stalker. Yeah, and then you have like your one-on-ones help you mentally to deal with pain, rather than keep having painkillers and all that, because I've got a very delicate belly. Yeah, with my IBS as well. I've got IBS. Yeah, I've got IBS. And one doctor, no, I had 2 doctors at the hospital told me that I had, after my colonoscopy, I had inflammatory bowel disease. Yeah. And then when I went to the doctors, they were like, oh, I can't see anywhere on here that says you have inflammatory bowel disease. And I was like, well, that's what I was told. It's got up my notes. And he was like, I'm really baffled by that. I'll have to look into it. I've never had anything since. So I could have that as well. Could have. Throw it all in. Why not? Bring it all on board. But yeah, so I don't talk about it. I'm not going to keep talking about it. I do cut out when I have these moments in my videos, because my videos are happy, fun, and yeah, the good side of, I keep thinking I've got longer hair. I'm like, oh, my hair's growing, but no, it's not. It's stitching. Make it look like I've got, oh, actually no, it's not far off, is it? So excited. Anyway, I thought I would put this out there. I don't mean to be doom and gloom, this, that and the other, but I'm not joking. There is probably so much more that I've missed, but I'm not going to go into everything. But yeah, it is what it is, and I'm doing all I can. So I hope this kind of clears a few things up, and yeah, I'm going to make another cup of tea now, and I'm going to start what I should have done yesterday, but not in the video, which is going up this evening. I was in too much pain to do it. So did you know that last year I had to have a travel iron for the entire year, because my wrists were so bad that I couldn't lift the iron, and I can only iron like 3 or 4 things at a time because otherwise I can't. And now I've got a bigger iron, which is because it doesn't take as long. I thought, okay, you know, travel iron is lighter, but it's taking me like 3-4 times as long because it's got no juice, you know. Whereas a bigger iron, which is heavier, iron's quicker. I sound mental. It's here. It's here. It's here. Another one of my friends. He's called Tower, and yeah, he's very reliable. But I can only do like 3 or 4 things with him because, yeah, it hurts too much. So, yeah. But I don't talk about it. Love you all loads. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you this evening for another. Actually, it's laundry. So it's laundry. That's another reason I struggle with my wash-in pile, is because of all this wreck that you see before you. Yeah. Bye. I don't go on about it, except in this video, when I have gone on about it. I brought it to the table. I'm so unhinged.